Good morning, everybody, and happy Wellness Wednesday. In the video today, we'll be going through different ways to help you be more efficient in your lawn and gardening. So when you're cranking up the lawnmower, you want to get in the split stance like this. You want to have one hand on the lawnmower. You want to have the other hand, and you want to flip it up so that your palm is facing up. Then from there, you're going to low row and pull it back as low as you can get it. So I'm in my position. I'm a low row. Pull it straight back. So as you can see here, I start in a good position, but then I raise directly up. This puts strain on my shoulder and my low back. After we've cranked the lawnmower, it's finally time to start cutting the grass. The first thing we want to remember is we want to let the lawnmower do the work. We want to control the lawnmower, and we don't want to let it control us, but we also don't want to work too hard. One of the ways that you can do this is by remaining upright, keeping the lawnmower at a close distance to you, but not too close. In the next set of videos, you're going to see that I let the lawnmower get too far out in front of me, and I end up working harder than I should. On flat ground, it's relatively easy to keep that upright posture and let the lawnmower do the work for you. But if I use too much self-propel, the lawnmower can quickly get too far out in front of me, and I no longer have control over this lawnmower. So in this video, I'll be going uphill. The principles are still the same. We still want to remain upright, let the machine do the work, and keep our feet underneath us, just like I'm doing here. Going downhill is just the same with the upright posture, except we're going to put our feet a little bit in front of us so that we don't slip down the hill, nor do we want to fall forward down the hill. So the wrong way of how to cut the grass going up the hill is to let the lawnmower get too far out in front of you so my hands are now above my head. I'm not able to keep an upright posture and I have to work way harder to get it up the hill. As you can see here, I let the lawnmower get too far in front of me, I lose my upright posture, and the only way to try to regain it is to have my feet crooked or staggered, increasing my chance of falling down the hill. So what happens if I don't push mow my yard? I ride. Well, the next series of videos will be just for you. Surprisingly enough, there are a lot of similarities between riding a lawnmower and pushing a lawnmower. We still want to keep an upright posture. We don't want to let our feet get too far in front of us, nor do we want to get them too far behind us. And we still want to let the lawnmower do the work for us. As you can see here, my back is rounded. Not only am I going to stress my back in this position, but I'm not going to be able to see as far as I should. In this position, I'm no longer upright. I may have taken stress off my low back, but I can barely reach the steering wheel, and now I'm going to lose control of the lawnmower. After prolonged riding, your back may be stiff, and you may want to put your leg up. Don't do this because then you'll no longer have control over the lawnmower. Rather than putting your foot up, just take a break for a second. Here I'm in the most efficient position to cut the grass. I'm sitting upright, my hands are firmly grasping the wheel, and my feet are flat on the ground. Now that we know the proper ergonomics for sitting on a lawnmower and pushing a lawnmower, let's go through how to be more efficient when using a weed eater. When using a weed eater, we still want to have an upright posture. The main difference is our feet. We want our feet to be in a split stance position where both knees are bent and one leg is out in front of the other, just like you see here. When I get my feet too close together, I lose all of my stability and balance that I would have in a split stance. As you can see here, I lost my upright posture. Rather than bending my knees and letting the machine do the work for me, I try to bend at my back. Hunching over like this makes me less efficient, and it also increases my chance of injury. As you can see here, my feet are really close together. When this happens, I have to use a lot of trunk rotation. Trunk rotation could potentially increase my chance of injury, and it makes me less efficient. As you can see here, I'm in a split stance posture, already making me more efficient. If the area that I'm weed eating is longer than the pull, take another step and get back in that split stance posture, rather than reaching out further and rotating, as this will make you less efficient. Oftentimes when we're working in our lawn and gardens, we're going to have to rake, we're going to have to pick up heavy objects, we're going to have to get on our hands and knees, we're going to have to be able to sit in a posture for a prolonged period of time. The next part of this video will address those needs. Just like when we're weed eating, we want to keep that upright posture and that split stance. We never want to reach out too far so that we lose our upright posture. As you can see here, I'm reaching out further than I should and I lose my upright posture, increasing my chance of injury. As you see here, a low rowing motion will make you most efficient. This right here is an ergonomic rake. It makes it really easy to be efficient when raking. As always, you still want to keep that split stance in the low row when raking. This tool is great for keeping yourself efficient. It's almost like it makes you stay upright and have the low row motion. As you can see here, I'm reaching too far out to rake. This tool makes it very difficult to use bad posture and bad ergonomics. That's the perks of it. Say you're going to be out in the yard, in the garden, and you're going to be bending over, bending your knees, having to go down and up over and over again. Your body's going to get fatigued. This tool right here is great for that. All you have to do is push yourself up from here. Say I'm going to be on my knees. All I have to do is flip it over so the pad now is going to be where my knees are, and I can sit here comfortably. It feels really good. And then when I'm done, I can just push myself back up and move to my next task. Alright guys, so say we have to lay some mulch out or pick up something from the ground. Everyone talks about hinge patterns and squatting down to get it, but no one really ever shows how to do it. So if I'm going to squat down to get this, one of the easiest ways I can do it is get my feet a little bit wider than the object that I'm trying to get down to. Bend, hinge, squat down, try to keep as upright as you can, and pick it up like that. Alright guys, so if we're going to be sitting this object back down, it doesn't matter what it is. Let's just say it's something breakable and we can't just throw it on the ground. We need to go slow and controlled with it. So what we need to do is put our feet wider than our shoulders, just like we did when we picked it up. Hinge at our hips, bend our knees, and squat straight down, trying to keep that upright posture. That way all we have to do is sit it on the ground and we don't break anything, nor do we increase our chance of injury by going herky-jerky with it. Alright y'all, thank you for watching. I hope this video helps aid you on your efficiency and your longevity as you go about doing lawn and gardening tasks throughout the summer. Lastly, do not forget that these tips that I've showed you, they can be used not only at home but in the workplace to help with your efficiency as well.